Welcome to the Local Marketing Source Weekly Update, brought to you by localmarketingsource.com.
This week's Local Marketing Update is brought to you by Scott Gallagher. Scott is the co-founder of Local Marketing Source and has become the recognized expert in providing online marketing services to local businesses. Follow Scott on Twitter @ScottGallagher5 and on Facebook.com/ScottPGallagher.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Scott Gallagher here. Give me 1 second. Hit record. Okay, Scott, we're ready to go. And this is our weekly local marketing industry update. Now, next week's LMS member call is going to be, in the month of November. Wow. It'll be Wednesday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Central. I'd like to thank everybody that's on the line today and anybody that's listening to the recording. This is one of those weeks, there just really wasn't a lot of changes, but that's fine because we got a few things to talk about today and a couple of different things to show you. But nonetheless, it's, the last few weeks we've been talking about the theme of the changing dynamics of the SEO game and the SEO world. And we've been talking about how I've got my dog in the office today and she just wants attention. I've also been talking about how there was a point in time with the Google algorithm that we were able to reverse engineer the algorithm and know a lot of the different factors, and a lot of that has really changed. It's really coming down to good marketing. A good business that wants to flourish on the internet is going to be a business that has happy customers and has referrals and is engaged in the community. It's really as simple as that. And, the algorithm is going to continue to get smarter and smarter to recognize all of those different factors. But if we focus on those factors first, we're going to be good. We're going to get the exposure that we want. Now, the other side of the business is not delivering the services, but also, I've got to check my mic here. Okay, but also getting the clients. And that business, in the same breath, I'm going to say that it's changed a lot and it hasn't changed at all. Let me explain. That when I started in 2005, 11 years ago, to be able to go and get SEO clients, it was the deer and headlight look. What is this? Why do I need it? Blah, 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 blah. Nobody else is doing this. You're in our industry. Show me some proof. All right, let's sign. We're able to get clients like that. Fast forward 5 years, 2010. Consumers, buyers, small businesses are becoming more and more educated on SEO. They understand it's a service that they want, but they are becoming and starting to become more and more confused about the differences of services that are out there. Fast forward another 5 years, 2015. And there's a lot of players offering a lot of services. The education level of this product or service is very, very high. There's a vast difference between players that are out there, but there's also a vast misunderstanding of the knowledge on how to get it done, and a lot of failing companies that are out there. And so, at the beginning of this year, I brought somebody else onto my team, recognizing that in order to grow my business in the SEO world, I needed real relationships as opposed to trying to muddle through everything that's online and social media and email marketing and all of this to earn new business, that our efforts were better put into the local sales force. And I know that closing rates are significantly higher as soon as you get in front of somebody than they are if you're on the telephone or communicating through email. And so I found somebody that became a sales manager, was very successful at getting appointments, doing door knocking, and building sales teams. And I live in the city of Chicago. There's 8 million people here. In theory, I can build a $500,000 practice solely on dealing with chiropractors in Chicago only. But when you start looking at a variety of other industries that are out there, you can build a significant sales force in the Chicagoland area, and that's what we set out to do. Now, when I was starting to teach this individual the business, one thing I learned, I had not been on the sales floor for 5 to 10 years. I don't know how long was the last time I did door knocking, to be honest with you. It was at least 5 years. But things have changed a lot in the fact that when you walk in, people know who you are. You're just another SEO person. We're constantly getting solicited. So we had to vastly differentiate ourselves when we walked in, and I'll share some of that first. The other side of it was that I recognized that the numbers were the same. That if you talked to 10 decision makers, you're going to book 3 appointments. And if you book 3 appointments, you're going to get 1 close. And those are the conversion numbers. Those have not changed at all since I started 22 years ago, that I know of in my world. I book approximately 40 people, 40% of the people I talk to, if not more, 50, sometimes 60%. And we're closing 1 in 3 meetings that we have. So that's the part that hasn't changed. In other words, old school business to business sales is going to be effective for the rest of my life, at the very least, the rest of my working career. And when you're door knocking, it takes time at first, that process. You want to be as efficient as possible. We've got GPS devices, mobile devices to get us around really quickly. We're able to buy lists that are out there to see who we want to go to. But you see, when I walked in, I want to be different than everybody else. And so I walk in with my book. If you're a Local Marketing Source member, take my book, send it to CreateSpace, slap your name on it, get it printed for $2.30. You now have your own book. I do recommend you to write your own, but it's there's a lot of value in having a book. So the moment that you walk in and you hand over and you utilize that book and you say, listen, I'm the author of this book. It's internet marketing for chiropractors or internet marketing for dentists or whatever niche that you're after, you're automatically different than every other salesperson, and you're different than every other SEO person immediately. Now, if you get the opportunity to speak with the decision maker, you want to be well prepared and have some research done on them and be able to say to them, listen, I want 15 minutes of your time to show you some of the research that I found on your company. I see some opportunities, and when I saw the opportunities, that's why I'm here to give you my book and shake your hand. Just give me 15 minutes of your time. Well, what type of research did you do? Well, you're only ranking number 9 on Google for your top keyword in your local area. Your website is not mobile friendly. Your Google profile is not updated. Those are 3 important points of information to know when approaching a prospective lead. You are different than every other SEO person. You're walking in the door. You're a published author that gives you instant credibility. You have a level of trust because you are showing your physiology and your tonality, and you are physically there. And then you demonstrate capability by being prepared, having research done already. And all you want is their time for 15 minutes so you can show some of this research. It's that simple. So when we're going out, it dawned on me that, there was a problem here. Why, I want to go and get an app that's going to give me this information instantly, and at the same time give me a route for me to drive to be more efficient. The technology exists between all the different search engines and websites that are out there, driving instructions and databases and CRMs. All the technology existed, but there wasn't an app that brought it together. So at Local Marketing Source, we're focusing the remainder of this year on providing the education. We provided all the education on the SEO sales trail, the sales process, on how to sell all of this. But to get that first appointment in an old school fashion has not been a prime focus. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to show you this app, because this app was just officially released today. This is a tool that several Local Marketing Source students have used over the last 2 months and have gotten successes for it. It's something that I've seen successes in my own agency, and most importantly, I have achieved my own successes by doing it. I know it works, and it's fantastic. So it just was soft launched this morning. You guys are going to be the first ones to see it in the App Store. Unfortunately, For anybody that's outside of the United States, we have not released it to the outside of the United States. I want to get feedback before we release international versions, because everything works in miles and zip codes right now. So let's go ahead. Oh, you've been looking at my screen this whole time anyhow. What are we looking at here? This is the Apple Store. So if you have not downloaded it, you would have most likely gotten an email from me. But if you have not gotten an email, I guess the best way right now is to go to localmarketingsource.com. These links right here, we got my developer is off right now. It's going to be done by the end of the day. You'll should be able to click there, but for the time being, just go to my blog and then click right here. Depending on which product you have, you just click on there and then download it onto your phone. All right. So let's take a look at this app. Go to the App Store. Now, what I'm doing is I'm showing you my phone right now that I'm looking at, and yeah, I was just here showing it in the Apple Store. And get it going. All right, so there's a few default settings here. Understand that this is version 1.0 of the app. There's likely some bugs in the app. There's some navigation challenges that we want to improve, but it still gets the job done. And so let's say I'm going to be prospecting dentists today. I'll put in the keyword there, and I want to do, let's do a 10-mile. Done. I can put in my zip code if I wanted. My zip code here is 60102, but I'm going to put in a zip code of 60014 and a 6-mile radius of, so there's a problem right there. The menu won't go back. So we've created an internal algorithm that is ranking all of these businesses. Okay, obviously our algorithm will continue to improve. It's pulling information from just Google and Yelp at this point in time, and it ranks it based off of distance and rating and whatnot. So when we go and look at the physical map, I happen to have chosen Crystal Lake, and I say, okay, well, today I'm working on dentists. Now, I can see a cluster in here. This might be the first place that I'm going to go, because I can hit up 4 places in a minute. There, I've got Henry K, that's ranked number 4. I've got First Smiles, that's ranked number 14. Brink, that's ranked number 6. And Niles, that's ranked number 8. So there's no number 1 rankings here, and that's a good source. So let's say I want to drive there. Okay, let's get me to this cluster of 4 prospects here. I should be able to book 1 meeting out of these 4. And when we look at the area that I did, I start to look at the numbers, be able to book 1, 2, 3. I'll be able to book 4 meetings with this cluster that I've done a search in a 6-mile radius. For every 4 meetings that I book, and I should be able to visit all of these guys within about 90 minutes. I'll get 4 meetings booked and 1 close. So let me zoom back in here as if I'm all right. Now I want to go to this area here. And I'm going to go and check out Henry K. So all right, their Google rank is the rank number 4 on Google. I got a 4.9 Google rating. That's reviews. So we probably want it to say Google review rating. It's 4 miles, 3.9 miles away from me. There's their address. There's their website. I can say click on the get driving directions in the back, and it integrates with Google Maps. I can begin my navigation here, or scroll back. Let's say I've already navigated there, and then just before I pull in, what I want to do is I'm going to click on their website, check out their website. Okay, the website is mobile friendly. We've got a click to call. I'm going to scroll down and see how fresh the website is. They're developed by ProSites. I know them very well. There's no copyright date on here. I know ProSites has got a lot of stock content. I want to read a little bit about the dentist. Lena, maybe I'll make note of her name and I'll walk in. There, where's the dentist? There's Dr. K, so she grew up locally. Her school. Okay, good enough. I've learned enough about her website. I want to click on the G there to go and learn about their Google profile. They've got 36 reviews. That's fairly high. They're currently open. I can see that they've got a Facebook profile. Okay. I've obviously done a little bit of internet marketing. Once I've done, I can say, all right. I'll click on the I am booked. That's initial meeting booked. Put in a comment. Save it. Go back. Now that I'm already there, all right, I want to go to the next one. Who do I want to go to? All right, let's say I visited all 4 of those. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down and go there. Row 14 dentist, I know right where they are. I get the driving instructions to get there. I drive there, boom, boom, boom. Go back, do my analysis again. Mobile website, go down, check out the copyright date, it's a year old. We're not touch this in a year. We're ranking number 14. Two dentists, 3 or 4 dentists in there. Go to click the call. All right. Go do that. So that's your cold calling, door knocking process. You can look here as this is a different way of looking at all the information. Rather than clicking on the map in the top right, where we were already at, you can see a lot of this information right here. Typically, we want to go to the closest one first. See the little blue dot of where I'm at and how far away that is. Okay. So it's a pretty awesome app. You know, I can just click the use current, and I'm not using the zip code, and now it's finding everything close to me. So you notice the closest dentist to me is 2 miles away from where I'm at. On this map here, you can now see that's physically where I am right now. And this would have been a search. That's probably the one that's there. That's nice. Now, once I'm done, I'll go back to the main screen, and I'll go to the database, and I'll have a list of everything that I've done. Now, of course, this would be great to hit a button, boom, have it fully integrated with your CRM, and the leads are generated. At this point in time, there is no integration, so what we have to do is email the CSV and upload it. And that's what I'm going to do, is just send it. And I heard the email that came in, so let's go and check the email. Here's the output. Now, I probably want to see this on a... that's cool. Okay, flip it. Just flip it my phone and it changes everything. Neat. So I probably want to export this and then upload it to my CRM, but you can see it's, you know, we export all the information. So basically what you're doing is you're building a list of people that you've physically done, and it tracks everything for you. No pen and paper needed. Isn't that awesome? I love it. So I am going to take a short break right now and answer any questions that you guys may have. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Just put your hand up. I know we didn't cover any updates this week because there really wasn't a lot of, wasn't any updates in the industry. No big acquisitions or changes or rollouts. Nothing that we haven't covered already. So go ahead and get this app and you tell me how it works for you. I'll be back.
Thanks for watching the Local Marketing Industry Update. We've got these things coming out every single week. So if you liked with what you heard, just click the button right above me right here to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to get a little bit more, right over here, go check out localmarketingsource.com. We've got free reports that you can grab. You can even register for a free marketing course to get in and see the portal. Or just go ahead and follow us on some of the social channels. We'll be around. Until next time.